In Final Cut Pro 10, we have a couple of ways of performing a trimming operation. Trimming pertains to adding or taking away frames from an edit point, and you will add frames or take away frames from a clip if you only have it available from the selection that you initially made when you made your rough cuts. So here we have someone speaking and mentioning several elements, and we attempted to put clips or B-roll for the elements that he's mentioning.
Today was the first time I was able to see in real time, the composition of a shot made of a live action element, a CG element, and a motion capture element all together, and that's kind of a dream come true.
So we are a little off on the edit points. So he mentions here a live element,
the live action element, a CG,
then he mentions CG
element, and a motion capture element all together.
So we like the edit points to start closer to where he's mentioning these elements.
The live action element.
So one way of doing it is to mark our way into those points. And we're going to do that by selecting a marker so we can tell ourselves where it is that we're going to make these cuts, or we're going to trim to these cuts. So I'm going to press the letter M here at this point in time, and this is where he should be saying live element,
the live action element,
and then the CG one,
a CG element.
So if this is where he's saying CG
element,
we'll press the letter M there,
a CG element, and motion capture,
and then motion capture
element, motion capture.
So it seems to be right around here.
The motion capture element all together.
As you can see, we're just a bit off on each side. Now to perform a trimming operation, we can select the trim tool by either selecting the letter T for the trim tool, or going to the selection tool here and selecting our tool palette and selecting the trim tool, which is the second one. What you'll do now is you'll select on the edit point. So select right in the center. You'll see both sides are selected, and here we're going to trim to the left. So we're going to take away frames from the clip on the left and add frames from the clip on the right. Keep in mind this will only work if the clip on the right has enough frames to do so. So utilizing my comma key or my period key, I can trim to the left or the right, or I can also select to manually move this edit point to the left. So if I would click on here and drag to the left, you'll see that I'll be able to move that to that point. If I need to fine tune it, again, the comma key and the period key will go ahead and move frame by frame. So if I go to the next edit point and select my comma key, you'll see that I can trim to the left. Or again, I can select an edit point and simply drag. So if I were to play this back now, select my selection tool by selecting the letter A, and I play this.
Shot made of the live action element, a CG element, and a motion capture element all together, and that's kind of a...
You will see that our cuts are a little bit more precise. If you need to add time, so let's say on this last shot here, I wanted to make this extend a little longer, I can also select the letter T for my trim tool once again, select on that edit point, and this time I can select to type in numbers. So if I were to press plus, and I'll type in, let's say, 10 frames, and press return, my edit point has moved to the right by 10 frames. I could have also typed in -10 and moved to the left by -10 frames. So if I were to play this back now,
The composition of a shot made of the live action element, a CG element, and a motion capture element all together, and that's kind of a dream come true.
and there you have a cleaner trimming and cleaner cuts according to the audio, so you can follow along to what he's saying. And that's how you perform trimming in Final Cut Pro 10. This is Sierra for Chesapeake Systems.